Welcome to another foray into the dimension of the weird. Anyone who was a child of the mid-1960s will remember Carolyn Jones. She was a cultural icon of the day. She portrayed the raven-haired Morticia Addams on the ABC TV hit comedy The Addams Family. And of course she was also well known for many fine film roles. Now one would think this actress who played such a macabre yet humorous role would have had more than a passing acquaintance with the paranormal and the dimension of the weird. But such was not the case. But Miss Jones had a most interesting otherworldly encounter when she was only 8 years old, I'm your host to the dimension of the weird, Dennis Morrison, and let me share with you her story. The incident occurred in Amarillo, Texas, when, as I said, Carolyn Jones was but 8 years old, and her family had a close relationship with their neighbors. Joyce, the oldest daughter of the other family, was killed in an auto accident one Easter Sunday while driving home from a Missouri school for the holidays. Now, on Easter Sunday one year later, Carolyn accompanied her family on a visit to Joyce's family. The sudden ringing of the phone interrupted the conversation, and everyone became tense, remembering that Joyce had telephoned on holidays when unable to come home. Reluctant to answer, Joyce's mother asked Carolyn to pick up the receiver, and Carolyn did so and reported that the telephone operator said she had a collect call from Joyce, so-and-so. The adults thought that Carolyn was displaying a most macabre sense of humor until Joyce's father picked up the phone and he listened. He heard Joyce's voice saying, "Daddy, I can't get home." And the shock was so great that he fainted. Joyce's parents later tried to trace the call. The telephone company told them it had no record of a collect call made to their number. You know, it's not unusual for the telephone to play a role in paranormal encounters. Many of us have had similar instances. I have. Mine was in the mid-1960s when the Vietnam War was on. And we lived on a quiet, private drive, and the people who lived across the road from us, their name escapes me, but their son was stationed in Vietnam. Well, this particular weekend was a holiday weekend, and the family left for the holiday. Well, it was on a Friday night, I remember, and our phone rang, and my dad picked it up, and it was the son of the people across the road who was calling to give them season's greetings on the holiday. I don't remember what holiday it was. But he asked my dad where his parents were, and my dad told them what he knew. And he asked my dad to tell them hi and that he loved them. Well, the next week, the family across the road found out that their son had been killed. Tragically, as so many lives were lost over in Vietnam. But he had died 3 days prior to that phone call. Who can explain these things? Well, I can't. But I hope you've enjoyed this short foray into the dimension of the weird. And I hope that you'll come back. And that if you've had any experiences that dealt with the telephone, or any other paranormal episodes in your life, please feel free to share them in the comments below. I know I'd love to hear them, and I'm sure that all my viewers would. This is Dennis Morrison from the dimension of the weird. Have a good night.